Want to share with you a little today on how chiropractic care works and why everyone should see a chiropractor. So one of the first things we see in utero, two cells join together, form one cell. Those cells continue to divide, multiply rapidly, 2, 4, 8, 16, till it eventually forms what's known as the mulberry, the first thing we can see in utero, this kind of rudimentary brain and spinal cord. Those cells continue to divide and multiply. They start forming these nerves or wisps coming down to form the arms, eventually form the legs, both sides, and form your organs. So form your heart, your lungs, your stomach, your digestive system, and so on. They continue to expand, forming the organs, glands, and tissues that run your entire body. Now, you only get one brain and spinal cord. Other parts of the body can be replaceable, not so much the brain and the spinal cord. So your body forms that protective shell or your skull around the brain and then builds the vertebrae that protect the spinal cord and nerves down the rest of the body. Now, unfortunately, due to everyday unavoidable stressors, gravity is constantly pulling you down and forward. You have to hold up what's essentially the weight of a bowling ball on those tiny vertebrae. So they start to get squished, get pressure, start to bulge, break down, choking off that nerve power. So those vertebrae misalign, or what we call a subluxation, a state of less life or energy flowing in the body. That starts to choke off that nerve power, 20, 40, 60% of that nerve power. They've done studies where they attach a little light bulb to that nerve fiber and the nerve powers that light bulb. They've also observed that just the weight of a nickel shuts off that light bulb and cuts off that nerve function by 60%. This is where chiropractic care comes in. We do our adjustments, we realign the vertebrae, restore that nerve communication from the brain to the body and from the body back to the brain. Now, the longer you have that spinal irritation or that nerve irritation, the harder it's going to be to undo. If you've only had it for a few days or a week, it'll be easy to turn around. If it's been there for months or years in the cases of degeneration and breakdown of the spine, we're going to have to do a lot more repeated care to hopefully get that nerve function back. Once we do, we want to sustain that nerve function and communication throughout the lifetime. This is how chiropractic care works and why everyone should see a chiropractor.